Hello, this is Ken Leboff. Welcome to my living room. This is a lesson for a C diatonic harmonica. I'm going to pack a lot in here, and I'm going to do it in one take because it's 1 in the morning and I'm not going to redo this, so bear with me. First thing we do, we have our harmonica. We put it in our hand. Left hand makes a little mouth like this, and we slide the harmonica in this way with fingers along the back ridge, so there's plenty of harmonica up by the mouthpiece to hold on. In other words, my fingers are not blocking that. I'm going to need that later, and that's about all. At first, this is all we're going to do is hold it here. Now, what I want you to do is look at the harmonica. Look at hole number 1, which is the one all the way to the left, should be the lowest hole. Numbers are on top. Make your lips into the same shape as if you were going to drink out of a drinking straw. And put it right up to the harmonica, look at it, pop it in your mouth, just like you're popping a piece of candy in there. Right there. Look at it, pop it in, and we blow. And we draw. Might not sound quite like that for you right now. It will eventually. Now here's the deal. If I'm going to blow really softly, I'm going to blow harder and harder, and what you're going to see is that there's a point where there's no sound coming out, there's a point when too much sound's coming out. So we're going to start with not enough sound coming out. See, out the end there, it got pretty bad sounding there. We want to be not quite to that point, so we want to blow softly. Only one hole, number 1 only. The rest of them forget. See if you can hold it right there. Again, those low holes are a little bit difficult. While we're blowing on that, we will draw back. By the way, you don't suck a harmonica, you draw a harmonica. Blow, draw. So let's try it. Blow. And draw. Yeah, it's not very smooth. Draw. Blow. Draw. Now we'll go out to the very end of the 10 hole. That's the furthest to the right. Out here, I'm going to blow through that. And draw. Blow. And draw. Now what I'd like you to do as your first lesson here, I want to isolate this motion of hitting that single hole. I want to go blow through hole 1, blow through hole 2, blow through hole 3, on up to the end, and then back. And try to make it sound nice in between. I know it's a little difficult first, but think of this. You have a drinking straw on your lips. You can breathe through the straw only so hard before the straw collapses and you choke. You can blow through it only so hard because only so much air will go through it. Let me demonstrate once. I'm going to go through 1 through 10. 1, 2, 3, and remember, if you blow too hard, this happens. And if you blow too soft, actually it works up there. So this is what I want you to do as your first exercise. Blow through. We'll hold it with our one hand. If you need to breathe, all you do is keep the harmonica where it is, lower your lip a little. Breathe underneath it. You fill your lungs real quick. I'm all full. You don't have to go, you know, it's a quick fill, empty, fill. Now the draw is exactly the same way. We're going to draw all the way from 1 to 10. Okay, I think you're pretty clear on that at this point. Now there's several ways to make a note sound. One is to play it straight. And by play it straight, I'm going to go to hole number 4. And again, it's easier than you think to get the exact hole you want to put in your mouth, because just picture it's, you know, a piece of a pea, and you want to stick a pea in your mouth. We could all do that correctly, right? So this hole is about the size of a small pea, so I'm going to go to 4 blow. I'm just going to blow it without any effect, without any tremolo, without any vibrato, without anything. It has a little wavering to it. That's called beat. It's, you know, it's there by itself. Now, one thing we can do, we can make several motions to get different sounds. The easiest one, I mean, I'm on the blow note, is to, with your tongue, say, ta, 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 just like you're saying it. Ta, 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 and your lips are up like this. Let me try it. I'll show you how it goes. You can do it fast or slow. You can say ta. That's number 4. Now, I can also say ah, 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 ah. When it gets faster, it goes ah, 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 ah. It's kind of a, you know, kind of a vibrato effect. Let's see how that sounds. And I'm going to do it slow. Which is basically the same, except there's no tongue tapping in there. Here's the tongue tap. The ah, ah, ah. You can also do like what's called a throat vibrato, or throat kind of, I call it the cluck. I don't like this because it kind of hurts my throat, but you could go or ah, 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 ah. And on the draw. So I'm going to first the tongue tap. And the ah, ah, ah. And when that gets fast, it sounds like this. Now, I can take that through the whole harmonica. I'm going to tap through 1 through 10. Or I could go 3 times. I go ta 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 ta. Or I could go 4 times. Use all effect. Now, here's the move that's used more with harmonica players. We have our cup. We have the harmonica with plenty of harmonica sticking out. It's not to the end here. We're back on that ridge at the back. And almost all harmonicas do have a little ridge at the very back. That's where your finger goes, not over the mouthpiece. You got this C right here. The next thing is to make a cup. Doesn't have to be perfectly airtight, but the more airtight it is, the better. Everyone's hand's shaped differently. If you have a small little hand, it doesn't matter if it cups the whole harmonica or not. It can be sticking out here, but the cup goes on the bottom. Let me cup on hole number 1. Blow and watch what happens. Draw. 2. draw. Now, the thing that makes that cup work is the air tightness breaks out and opens there. See? You don't have to whip your, a lot of guys, and I do sometimes see when I get excited, they start whipping around their hand and making gestures, paddling air and all that stuff. That's for looks. You do not paddle sound out of the harmonica. The sound's coming out of the cup opening and closing and the air shape. Okay, so now we've talked about blowing a single hole, and don't expect this to happen in one day, but this is the concept, and you can play this video again and again. I'm going to put some exercise on the end of it so you have something to try to play with. You've got a couple different ways to get a sound out of the harmonica. One thing I really want to stress is at first your lips are not, your lips do not turn to leather from playing harmonica. They're soft and supple, but they get a lot tougher and they chap a lot less. In the very beginning, you do not want to let those lips crack. So if your lips start to chap, stop playing. Don't play till you got a broken piece of lip because it takes a long time to heal. So anyway, I'm going to demonstrate one more thing before I make some play exercises for you. Another, great thing about playing harmonica is playing not a single note at a time. It's actually easier. You say, so now remember before we drew on hole number 1, now I'm going to draw on 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm going to blow on the same position. I could actually do 1, 2, and 3. It doesn't matter. If you really want to isolate it, you can put your thumb over it like that. I used to do that when I was first learning. But, I like to look at it as like it's something you had to take a bite of. I know for myself, I have no problems getting something into my mouth, so when it's food. So I'm going to draw and blow on 1, 2, and 3. First, draw, blow. Now, if I put the tap in there, at the beginning of a train. Everyone says, play the train. Okay. So now, let me make a little jam along for you. This is the fun part. You've suffered through my lecture. Now I'm going to create a little loop, and I'm going to let it play along in the background so I can talk while it goes. So I'm going to first make a 2-note thing to play with. This is hole number 1 only. No. Draw on hole number 1, blow on hole number 2. So I draw 1 and blow 2. Pick a microphone here just so I can run a loop for you. Now I'm going to stay down on the first 4 notes. I'm going to draw only. See what I'm doing? I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. See if you can do that with me now. Keep going. Kind of fun too, huh? what you see here is almost anything works on those first 4 holes on the draw note. That was fun, huh? Okay, now we make loop number 2. Number 1 is gone. In the first 2, I'm going to take 3 holes from 1, 2, 3, blow, 3, 2, 1. And here it goes. I'm going to use the 3 holes in the blow. I'm going to stay on 1. 2, 3. Watch this, I'm going to be fancy. How far can I go on the blows with this pattern? Now this is kind of amazing how you can just take like 3 notes and make some useful song out of it. I'm going to start at the bottom. Now, here's another concept called the long tone. When I was a kid, I used to play trumpet, and one thing you had to practice every day was a long tone, where you started with the note as soft as you could, and you played it up, and you built it up as to the max until it started breaking up. You held it for a second, and then you tapered it off. So I'm going to take a long tone on hole number 1. And again, I realize the very low holes are hard at first, but I'm just giving you a concept here. As a matter of fact, forget that. We'll go to hole 3. I'm going to do a long tone, hole 3 blow. I look at the hole, pop it in my mouth, just like a pea or a piece of corn. Also, you got to worry about running out of air, because that takes a lot of air to any note on with this exercise pattern. I'm going to leave on for a second so you can play with it for a minute. You can use any hole on the blow for the long tone. Sounds pretty, right? When it gets to that point where you can't blow it any harder, you don't blow it any harder. Okay. Now, here's where it's going to even get more fun. Remember the first 3 holes, draw and blow. Now this is going to give me a chance to use my draws. I'm going to start with a long tone on hole 1. Now let's go for a little excursion, hole to hole, and see where we can go. Oop, my screen went dark for a second. Those are all draw notes. Just thought I'd throw that in to show off. Now the cup. And again, no hand waving here. We're going to take it nice and easy. And your hand may be small. If it is, it doesn't matter. As long as you got the low part of the harmonica cupped in your hand, it should be almost watertight. I'm doing nothing with my, throat or air channel right there. That's all the hand. The other problem, a lot of people like whip off the top here. That's not what it is. I like to keep that connected up on top, and it opens like a clam from the bottom. If you do this, you can't get your hand back there. See, it'll work. But down here, you can't do it. Some people can. Now I'm going to do the ta-ta-ta. I'm going to use only hole number 1 and 2. Draw. I'm going to let this play for a minute here so you have something to play along with. And now I get a chance to show off. So that's enough for now. We've learned how to blow and draw in one single hole. We've learned about the long tone. We've learned about hitting 3 notes at a time down at the bottom here. Learned how to cup our hand correctly. Life is good.